Parents, they don't want to take their time explaining to their kids things, and I think that's such a sad thing. Hi, my name is Shareen. I'm 27 years old, hoping I'm 25, and I'm a content strategist. The makeup look I'm doing today is something casual that I do when I go out, meet my friends and stuff like that. I have a type of dwarfism, which is Spondyloepiphyseal dysplasia. At least that's what my doctor tells me. I was diagnosed about the time when I was 3 years old, when my parents saw that my legs were bowing and I was walking funny. All the professional doctors said that I should go to PWDs. I went there, and then a proper orthopedic doctor met me, and he said I had a type of dwarfism, which to my parents made the most sense. And we did a couple of tests, found out, yeah, I had Spondyloepiphyseal dysplasia. Being a person with dwarfism in Malaysia, it's, I think, people staring. Now that I'm older, it's better because I got used to it. But when I was younger, I think it definitely affected me. And I'm wondering how the younger people with disabilities, it must make them feel really different. The mindset in Malaysia has to change about that. I wasn't actually bullied in school. I was mostly doing okay. In fact, there was a lot of benefits to being disabled in school. In terms of work, I was not discriminated at all. I struggled the most with, I guess, societal pressure to be normal, but now I just go with the weirdness. Oh. So the first surgery I did was when I was 7 years old. It was to straighten and lengthen my legs. I had to wear that metal plate thing. I had bow legs and it would keep bowing. With me growing up and me getting heavy, it might snap. So they had to keep straightening my leg until I was 18. One surgery would take 6 months out of me. After surgery, I take it off, another 6 months to heal and learn to walk again, and then another 6 months of doing the other side. So the bigger moment of triumph would be when I went to the UK on my own. I had to rely on people all my life, and going overseas taught me that I could be independent. One of the best part was when I graduated. My parents came by and they talked to my lecturer, and he told them like what I did to get to class, because at one point I had to climb like from my campus to another mansion. I had to climb a hill, and I had to do that like weekly basis, I suppose. And it was like winter time, my joints were hardening, but you know, I walked around town doing interviews for my PR assignments and stuff. That was definitely difficult. My dad actually shed a tear. Which, as an Asian kid, when your dad barely hugs you or tells you they love you, but then sheds a tear for you, you know you've achieved like nirvana, you know? I think one of the biggest misconceptions is, I think a lot of people tell me this. They always be like, oh no, you know, you don't have dwarfism, or no, you're not disabled, or something like that. And I understand the intentions behind it is sweet. They're trying to make me feel normal, but it's like saying you're racially blind or you're colorblind. You know, if you're colorblind, you don't acknowledge the problems with racism, and if you don't acknowledge the problem with people looking at disabilities and the problems we face, you know. Because I go to like restaurants and hotels and everything, and I can never see the mirror on the sink. I always have to jump just to see my face. People need to start acknowledging disabilities and start talking about them. I try to be as open as I can when I talk about my disability and try to answer them honestly so that people don't have misconceptions anymore, but I still get people too shy to ask me about it. They're always so scared and they don't know how to word their sentences. I always look at context more than I do your words, and I think that's really, really important. I think we need to talk about it even more. Kids would actually ask me about it, and I would try to explain. Like when my nephew was growing up, he didn't understand why was I small, why did I look like I was his age, and I wasn't. You can reason with a child and you can sit there and patiently talk to them about it. And I think parents are too quick to just dismiss things. They don't want to take their time explaining to their kids things, and I think that's such a sad thing. Generally, what makes me feel externally empowered is wearing what I want to wear, because I know I have dwarfism and stuff, so there's a lot of things I can't wear. Internally for me, what makes me feel empowered is achieving what I want to achieve. Oh no, this is stuck. I always wanted to write a book since I was a kid. Does this look weird? I think the first book I want to write was about dwarfism. So the book will kind of answer everything. I want to do like a listicle kind of thing where it's like things you shouldn't assume about people with dwarfism, you know? Next thing I want to do is obviously get ahead in my career. That's definitely first in mind. The book comes second because I think it's really important to have a balance. And after that, you should go with something more casual. So when I was growing up, sad story time, I was in a hospital and I think in college back then. And there was this kid on the wheelchair and she had like rims on her and like the same metal plates I had when I was her age. And I remember sitting across from her and I so wanted to go and talk to her and tell her everything's gonna be okay. Like, look at me, like, you know, I'm going for a job interview and like everything's fine, you know, there's opportunities out there waiting for you. But I was too young and too anxious, so I didn't do that. Which is why if you've seen me in other places doing all these videos and radio interviews, it's because of that opportunity I missed. And I'm kind of hoping that she sees this and know that it's okay. It doesn't matter whether you have dwarfism or you have polio or whatever. I think it's very important that we all help each other out. I think it will definitely help a lot of people navigate life very easier. Yeah. Do I shake it? Oh my god, do I spray that close? Oh, my contacts. The final thing I do to feel gorgeous is just